you ready?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Joe Oriani's podcast. This is my first podcast and a new adventure into a new world. First of all, we can talk about anything you like on this podcast, leisure, Disney, and the other topic you would like. And the reason for me doing this podcast is I just left Disney World after working there for 5 years, and someone suggested I try it since I make everybody laugh. I even wrote a song for them at Pizza Rizzo's in Hollywood Studios, which I may sing for you a little while, who knows. This first video is only going to be 10 minutes, maybe more, because I don't have any guests yet. I am working on that, and this is more of an introduction. Okay, so I worked on attractions, I worked in Dinosaur, I worked in Legoland, I worked at Pizza Rizzo's, which I had an absolute blast working. I was able to dance and yell and have a great time. I didn't care what anybody thought of me at my age. That's the way it goes, you know. I have more energy in my body than most of the kids have at their age, and they're quite young. But they're very shy. They don't like talking or interacting with guests as much as I did. I made a total fool out of myself, which was fun. They also were not used to my sarcasm and my joking. It took them a while. At first they didn't like me, but nobody likes me, who cares? Anyway, I have left, and I left this, cut that out. I do have my certificate from Florida Atlantic University in hospitality and tourism. I worked as a realtor, had my own mortgage company, my own full-service restaurant. So I do have qualifications for this broadcast. I'm a veteran, a Vietnam veteran with problems from Agent Orange. I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict since 1983. Worked at Legoland Factory in between. Now, everything is good. My life is happy. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of Disney collections behind me. I do love Halloween, so I do have some other stuff here. My wife says it's junk, but I love it. Okay, I want to say I think I have experience in whatever subject. I think I have experience in whatever subject you want to discuss. Life is a ride that comes up and down and rides sideways. I have a lot of things happen in my life. I have a lot of stories I could tell you. Some of them funny, some are very sad. But I would really like everybody's input because this podcast is not about politics. It's not about individuality. It's not about people who just listen constantly to these radio broadcasts, these podcasts. I want to make it different. They told me to not make the podcast for everyone. But I tend to disagree with that. To be a success, you have to have a mixture of all kinds of people. You have to laugh, you have to cry together, do all them things that you have to do. And that's what I plan on doing. I plan on making this podcast worth the time, worth the money, and worth the effort. I also intend to have fun with this. That way, if no one listens, I can enjoy the laughs myself. And all episodes, except maybe this one, are going to be a normal 30 to 45 minutes. And be uploaded at least once a week to places like Spotify, etc., etc. And I hope you tell all your friends because this podcast is for everyone. Regular people like you. And I hope you enjoy it. If you want to be part of the show, all comments to Joe Oriani podcast at yahoo.com and join me on Twitter at OrianiJoe3, where I can take any of your ideas, or if you listeners, somebody may have a good story they want to tell and share. As long as it's interesting me, it can interest people who listen. Life is not about just one little item, not just about politics, not just about leisure, not just about things, because I like bowling, even though I'm terrible at it. I like karaoke, and I can't sing. But I did tell you, I did one song at Pizza Rizzo's. I really am going to sing it for you anyway, because I like it. It drives people absolutely crazy. So let's see if I can do it now. And if I can kind of get you on this, then we can have more fun later on in our other programs. So let's try this. You ready? We used to have Meat Lovers Pizza, but pizza got kind of annoyed because they have Meat Lovers Pizza. So I made a song about meat lovers and didn't mention the word pizza. And it goes like this. Meat lovers, I love you. Meat lovers, I need to. Meat lovers, where are you? Meat lovers, I need to. Meat lovers, I see you there. Oh, cancel that. We're going to delete that whole part. We'll try it again. Something wrong with the volume here. Okay, ready? Meat lovers. Hello? Echo. No, we don't want the echo. Anyway, try to get rid of the echo. All right, try it again. Meat lovers, I love you. Meat lovers, I need to. Meat lovers, where are you? Meat lovers, I need to. Meat lovers, can't you see? Someone's taken the next three. Meat lovers, where are you? Meat lovers, I love you. Meat lovers, look at the door. Meat lovers, someone's taking all four. Meat lovers, I love you. Meat lovers, I still need to. Meat lovers, I see you there. Meat lovers, my stomach's floating on air. Meat lovers, I turn around. Meat lovers, you hit the ground. Meat lovers, I love you. Meat lovers, I still need to. Anyway, that's part of the song I made up, and hopefully I can edit this thing right and get it in there. But I like having a lot of fun. I will always end this podcast with the following sentence. If you aren't laughing, you aren't living. Life is too short not to have fun. Life is too short not to talk to someone if you need to talk to someone. I am not a Dear Abby, God forbid, but I do know a lot about life, and I do have some advice for people who want it, even though I'm not a licensed person to do that. But as a person to person, you ask me a question, I'll give you the answer. You want to talk about something? I'll talk about that topic for 40 minutes. I'll do all the research I can and make you feel comfortable with it. And that is my job. My job is to make you feel comfortable. Enjoy the podcast from here in Central Florida, where right now it's hot outside. It's like I died with the hell already. But anyway, I digress. One of the things I like to do is, what I used to do was pizza rizzos. If I had a middle-aged woman, now you can call me a sexist, but I'm not politically correct, so I don't care. I'd have a woman whose birthday, maybe 45, 50, 60 years old, and they have these little birthday pins, and I would go, oh, happy birthday. What's your name? They'd tell me the name. I said, where are you from? They would tell me, and I would say, oh, you're 19 years old. And they would, thank you. And then I would announce real loud that it's so-and-so's birthday. She's from so-and-so place, and she's telling me she's 19 years old. That always worked. It made everybody feel good. Everybody had cheered, and we had a good time. Now, if I really got bored behind the counter, or at the cash register for that matter, I would turn around and say, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And we would do that, 2 verses, because I can only stop my feet so many times I'm that old. And we'd have fun with that and lighten the guest up. I was once told by a supervisor, oh, don't talk to the people in line, go right on the other register. They're happy there. No, they're not. You stand in line forever. Nobody's happy, especially the Disney lines. We have what appears as one register and the rest is mobile. So now we have it as, when people ask, well, why don't you have more registers open? We do. We have 6, 5 for mobile, 1 for cash. And people still get annoyed. They have an option though, you know. It ain't that hard. I can help them put it in the app. But it's people's choices. So you always want to keep the people happy. I remember one time I was on the register and it was backed up behind me to the counter. I shut the register off, didn't ask any permission from anybody, went to my front of the register, this was plexiglass at the time. and I told everybody I'm taking a break, and then I would stop banging on plexiglass yelling, "Where's the cash register? Where's the register? Where's the cashier?" It was great. It was funny. People thought I was crazy. And maybe I am. But having fun is not being crazy. You have to enjoy your life. You have to be good at what you do, have fun. The kids used to say, well, how do you get away with saying what you say to people? Well, it's very simple. It's how you say it. If you know I'm sarcastic, then you know what to expect. If you think I'm fine, that's great. I mean, I would say something so far off the wall, just to kind of mix the pot, stir it, and see who would come back to me later and say, hey, what'd you say that for? Well, because I felt like it personally. But, I don't care. I never cared what people thought about me. I sleep well at night. You wanna sit there and let me take a cut. You want to sit there and let me spend time in your head and not pay rent? That's fine by me. I figure I must be important. And karaoke, I have some karaoke's, but I keep getting flagged. Oh, because the copyrights. God, the songs they could let you sing is so far back in time. I didn't know they had writing back then. But I try to get around some of that by kind of mixing up the words and making it a little parody and having some with that. That I could do. And, then life goes on. My wife gets annoyed because I can be real loud. Now, some of the songs I sing are actually pretty good. If I sing Elvis, Sinatra, Martin, I can do that well. As long as I explain that the song that they are singing was written before 75 years ago. So that helps with the copyright laws. I met a lot of nice people at Disney. The guests, some of them are very nice. Some of them are as rude as can be. And I don't deal with rude guests well. I used to have to walk away or call over a supervisor because I know at my age, I always said if I wasn't having fun, I wasn't going to work anymore. I knew I would blow up, but most of the time I'd get them to calm down, have a good time, and chill. Now, I do have a daughter who unfortunately has my same sense of humor and my sarcasm. And she plays the same kind of jokes I do, which in a way is kind of fun. She's 30-something years old. Sorry, Des, I don't remember your age. And I think I'm going to have her as a guest soon. She had a problem with the job because she's in a lot of dementia where she works. So I decided that we can go ahead and do the interview on the podcast without mentioning the job, just what type of work she does. And if you figure it out, congratulations. Yeah. Also not a religious man, so we don't have to preach religion to me either. I was raised a Catholic in Presbyterian church right now because they have food. Don't go to church as often as I should, but I am very spiritual. I'm very helpful to people who need it. That's the side of me. Now, I tell you all this so that when we start this podcast and the next episode comes out, I'm hoping to have some listeners who will enjoy it, will have ideas, will have input. And that will make for a great show. And once a week I can go through that Twitter, I can go through that email, respond to the email if I have to, ask questions if somebody wants to be interviewed. I can do all them things on my own. I don't have a staff. I don't need a staff. I'm one person who's just doing the second thing in life that he wants to do, and that's entertain people or talk to people. I mean, I guess it's better than when I sang Singing in the Rain at Disney. That was always fun. The kids would love it. Or I'd go jump in a puddle and yell, I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. But those are the different things I've done. And along the course of my life, we had a few stops from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to Arkansas for 7 years, where I was considered a damn Yankee. Damn Yankee is a Yankee that don't go away, they stay there. And I have some interesting stories about that. Because I did not know the difference between a cow. I thought cows jumped over the moon. A chicken I thought was on sandwiches. And sheep you counted at night. What did I know what I was in for? So again, that was a lot of fun. As we get further into it, we'll talk more about that. But again, welcome to the show. I'm hoping that this intro to this podcast, gives you a little bit of interest to watch and to listen to. Again, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me at Joe Oriani podcast at yahoo.com, or you can join me on Twitter at OrianiJoe3. So again, thanks for joining me. Thanks for having fun. and hopefully we'll be talking to you real soon. And enjoy my 12-minute introduction. Have a good night.